Hello guys, today I'm gonna show you how I start my pepper seed for the season. It's about that time of the year, so I hope this video will help you guys. This is how I do it. There's a lot of ways you can do it, but this is I've been doing this for a few years and it always seems to work for me. So first off, you select your seeds. I'll use these as an example. I got some that's ready to go. So get your seed, make sure you find a good source. The next thing you need is a paper towel. Use a pretty thick one, good quality paper towel. Spray them down, just kind of soak them. If you soak them, make sure you squeeze it out to where it's kind of moist but not dripping out with water. That'll be the best. And a Ziploc bag. So you get your paper towel. I cut it into a strip like this. You can probably start about 6 to 8 seeds on here, and that's plenty for me. I just need one plant for each variety I'll be growing. So you start like that. Put your seeds on here, and make sure you select the best quality seeds. So some of the seeds with the black dots and really small one, try not to use those because they might not germinate, so you may waste your time. Put in here and put in your Ziploc bag. So when you put in your Ziploc bag, don't zip it all the way. Leave a little bit of room open, in the middle at the end, so it doesn't get moldy. If you spray it down too wet and you keep it moist, then mold will grow. So when you're here at this stage, put it somewhere warm. So they like to, for pepper, they germinate around 80 to 85. Try not to keep it any cooler or hotter than that. Keep it there. You don't have to have lights right at this stage. But on this stage, you can put it on top of a fridge where it's real kind of warm. I usually put on top of there, or if you have a drawer somewhere warm in the house, put it in there, or a heat mat, you could use that as well. So I will fast forward to the next stage. Okay, let me find one where that's already happening here. So when you get your seeds started and they germinate, I will show you what they look like germinated for this. Okay, when they get to be at this stage, usually take about 3 to 5 days. One day you see the little white thing at the end. When they get here, you can take them out and start planting these. So to plant them, you can use potting soil or any peat moss mix. You want something that will hold water, but you don't want it too dense. The seeds need kind of room for the root to grow, so don't get anything that's too dense. I like to use, you can get starter mix, or this is just peat moss and perlite and vermiculite. They don't really need any nutrient at this stage until they get a few set of leaves. So I'll put in here, poke some holes, and get your germinated seeds out of your paper towel. So when you plant these, you get the tweezer here. It's really important that you plant them the right way. It sounds silly, but if you plant it the wrong way and it's pointing down, they won't grow. So to plant them, see this part here, the tail end, this part go down where the seed head, it's going up when you put it in the soil. So put it like that. There you go. Just like that. Don't plant them too deep, or don't plant them too deep. They might not successfully get to the soil level, and then you plant them too shallow, you end up half the time the stalk is really weak and get a lot of helmet's heads, and that could be bad. So I would say I use this chopstick, and I usually think about that. that deep, and that's pretty good for me. So when you put them in there, just cover them up and use that Ziploc bag that you have, and just kind of cover them up and keep lights on them at this. You can put light on them at this stage until they start coming out like this. So this is probably about 3 days after you put them in the soil, they come out to this stage. When they get right here, you can just take up the bags and turn on the lights for them. This is important. This stage is real important, where they get enough light so they don't go leggy. Too much light or too close, they'll burn. But to test that, I just usually put my hand on the top like this for a couple minutes. If the back of my hand get too hot, that's the seedling is gonna burn. So make sure it's far enough where it doesn't burn them, and close enough where it doesn't burn them, and far enough where they don't get too leggy. I hope that helps. Good luck with planting.